I'm here with Margate's new manager for the 2024-25 season, Ben Greenhalgh. Ben, talk us through how you're feeling right now.
I'm buzzing to be given the opportunity within this role. Obviously, everyone knows I've been here for 3 years through the sort of the thick and the thin side of things. And in my head, when we did get relegated, which was, I wouldn't say a disaster, but was a massive negative impact on all of us. My initial instinct was to help the club to get back into the division where I think we belong, and obviously and try and just kick on and really my ambition now is to rebuild the club and really start progressing.
You will still remain a player at the club as you have taken the role of player manager. How do you see that dynamic working for the fans? Will they still get to see that number 11 out on the pitch?
Yeah, I've so far played over 150 games in the 3 seasons, so I'd be naive to say that I wouldn't be looking to try and play as many games as possible. Obviously, you have to judge your own performances, which is something that I've always done anyway, and make sure that I can impact the game as much as possible. So that's something that I'll be pushing to do. However, I'm lucky that in my time I've worked under 2 player managers, one being Jay Saunders. When he was at Maidstone, it was a brief sort of spell when I went out, and they were in the Ryman South at the time, and I played 3 games with them before moving on to other things. But I went down and I remember him coming on the pitch a couple of times, and it was towards the end of his career. And I think the one that probably sticks in the memory the most was with Jamie Day, because he would play every single game. He'd take the free kicks, he'd be the sort of set piece guy, he'd sit in the middle of the pitch, and he'd be the manager from the side as well. So it was a really good dynamic to learn from, and it's something that I'm going to take a lot of my experiences from those 2, and I'm going to have to put that into my own game.
Being in the new division this year means a fresh start and hopefully a winning one with the squad that you can build. How excited are you to start recruiting with the new Margate?
Yeah, really excited, and my ambition is to bring in players that want to play for Margate, that want to put the shirt on and be part of Margate and being in and around the club, and hopefully the fans see more of them. That's my biggest thing, is that I want to bring in players that are going to be part of the club and that want to push the club, and not just coming down here to try and have a one-off season. We're looking to build players, we're looking to build a squad, and like I said, we want to progress the football team again. So recruiting is always difficult for every single manager, and we're competing with a lot of clubs around this area in our division. So there's a few people I've already spoken to that are talking to your Ramsgate, your Herne Bays, your Ashfords and things, and we're all going to be competing for the same players. But really, we've got to try and sell the club. Got to try and sell myself and what my ambitions are for the club, and realistically we've got to be looking at what we can do together and really rebuild the club again.
It won't all be new, however, as you have managed to keep another fan favourite in Harry Hudson at the back, making him captain as well also. How important was that? Was it at the top of your list to do?
Yeah, if we're being honest, Harry had a lot of people contact him, and a lot of them in the division above, and a lot of them there were teams that were throwing money towards him. So I think you have to look at Harry and go, it's brilliant, because all along he was saying to me, look, if you're going to do this, I'm going to do it with you, and that meant a lot to me, and I'm looking for players to be able to be on board with that, and Harry was brilliant from the outset. So it was a no-brainer the way he finished the season, obviously with the armband on, and I know he wants to progress his football career as well, but I think it's a statement to Margate Football Club from Harry that we've been relegated. He's a young player. He could quite easily have gone elsewhere and looked to progress in another way, but he has stuck to Margate. He's committed to us, he's committed to myself, and he's going to be a player that we're going to massively rely on.
Being in the Isthmian South East also sees a lot of local derbies, including Herne Bay and Ramsgate, and the division looks tough provisionally at the top. So what are your aims for this campaign?
We have to look to try and go back up at the end of the day. I'm not going to put the pressure on us and say it needs to be a guaranteed promotion, but we have to be looking in playoff spots and then give it a go in that position when we can get there. But this football club is, in my opinion, too big to be in the Isthmian South East, so we have to have the ambition to go back up a division. Every player that I'm bringing on board needs to understand and join in that ambition. I'm sure the fans will join in with that, and it's not going to be easy sailing. It's going to be a rough road at certain times. There's probably going to be games where we'll be disappointed and we may drop results, but we need to stick together. The fans need to stick together. I think if we can really regroup as one, then that will buy us the extra points that we will need to get us in a position that puts us back to where we belong.
Yeah, and just finally, you do have experience in coaching, obviously, not only just as a player assistant for Margate in the past, but also at Dartford Academy, where you managed to win the league last year. So what can fans expect as the main characteristics as you as a gaffer?
Hard-working, energetic. It's something we've sort of built together, a bit of a philosophy at Dartford Academy, and I think people have bought into that, and teams that come against us now, they sort of, not as a fear aspect, but they know that we play in a very experienced manner, and my objective is to bring that into Margate Football Club, and the initial thing is to start exciting fans. I want us at home scoring goals, I want us being energetic, make sure that we're working as hard as we possibly can, everybody fighting for the badge, fighting for their positions. If there's players that are starting, if there's players on the bench, we all need to be as one. So there's a massive objective around us to get all that togetherness, and then obviously one thing that I've proven that we've been good at in the past is bringing in youth products, and obviously Vinny was one from Margate last year who excelled and did well, and we'd be looking to get Vinny on board again and push him. He's probably jumped very quickly for a 16-year-old, and he's had a lot of interest. We're going to have to manage those expectations now, but other players that we've brought down from Dartford in the past, we could probably count nearly about 10 of them who have gone on to different things, and if you look at Martial being the #1 from 2 years ago, he's now playing for England under-20, so I will 100% trust in youth players. At the same time, they have to warrant it, and they have to be good enough, and they have to show the energy themselves, so people will get opportunities, people will get chances, and if they can take those chances, then I'm not going to shy away from playing them, because there's one thing that I believe: if you can play a young player who will have that extra sort of desire and want to make it because they want to get somewhere within football, then they'll be the perfect players to be on board with what our project will be.
Okay, cheers Ben, congratulations on the
No worries. Thank you.